Hi everyone, welcome to Pearls of Fisdom with Nirmal Bang. I'm Avan Dabash. I'm sure you've all sampled a Momo or two. Delicious, aren't they? So today let's talk to the founder of WOW Momos to understand a little bit more about how they started an initial investment of 30,000 rupees that has now gone to build itself into a household name with outlets across the country and investors like Chris Gopalakrishnan, Tiger Global and Lighthouse to mention a few. Let's connect with Sagar Daryani, who is the CEO of WOW Momos. Sagar, thanks so much for joining in. I want to dive into a Momo, but I will dive into your numbers. You're eyeing a revenue growth of about 650 crores by FY25. Tell us, what will drive this growth?
So I think we're growing very aggressively when it comes to the QSR space, literally opening 15 to 20 stores a month. So that expansion is taking up really, really well. What we're also seeing is that, our new vertical, which we just launched, which is WOW Kulfi, shaping up really well. So for us, WOW Kulfi is more like a shopping shop within a WOW Momo. So every WOW Momo stores gets into an additional revenue, space for WOW Kulfi. So every store throughput goes up. Also, we're opening individual stores of WOW Kulfi, and WOW China and WOW Chicken also continue to grow. So net, I think, for us, it's about opening more stores. We saw 8 to 10 months of negative same-store sales growth. So that became positive in June. What we're seeing is that the delivery business is growing at 25 to 30% year on year, which is quite massive. Dining in, on the other hand, has been slightly negative in single digits. But the main festive period for the year is still to come. I think for us, December and January are like big months. So quite bullish on that. But yeah, the major growth is coming from QSR and FMCG also. It's picking up really well. I think we're going to grow by 200%, 240% this year. So that should hit in the 650 crores. That should be around 45 crores. So yeah, all seems to be good. Seems to be positive. Seems to be wow, to be honest.
And now you're not hinging on your typical food delivery platforms like a Swiggy or a Zomato, and you are starting your own food delivery app that is WOW Eats by next year. Why are you doing that, and how is it going to help?
So for us, WOW Eats in the physical format is, a combination of WOW Momo, WOW China, WOW Chicken, and WOW Kulfi in the same store. So it's like a mini food court. I think that's picking up really well. But more importantly for us, the bigger WOW Eats is the app that we are launching in January. Rather, it's already there on the App Store as well as on the Play Store. The WOW Eats app is going to be like a mini food court app where you can directly order. So it's our D2C to our consumers. I think in India today, deliveries become like a commodity. You have the likes of aggregators like Swiggy, Zomato also outsourcing the delivery. So we've done the same. But very, very bullish on the WOW Eats app that should come into, or rather we should officially launch it in January, but it's already the pilot and the beta stages is in full flow. We are seeing around 250 orders a day approximately. So quite excited on having your own D2C platform when it comes to the digital space. The same space in the physical format is, of course, the stores. So we continue opening around 20 stores every year in that bigger format, which has more amount of sitting, digital screens, self-ordering bots. At the same time, more experiential, because I think the only way to keep a good balance between delivery and dining in is by, going out there and ensuring that your experience to the consumer is not compromised. Rather, you keep giving in that new age twist to your stores. Make them more, more UX friendly for the consumer from a digital standpoint, whether it's by aroma, whether it's by the comfort of air conditioning, whether it's music, whether it's self-ordering. Yeah. So I think for us, WOW Eats is a very experimental space where, we are uplifting the dining in space across stores.
So there was an EBITDA loss and declining same-store sales growth as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about when things will reverse and pick up?
For us, I think last F5 was negative, and even this F5 will be lesser negative than last year because I think it's a pattern of growth. We invested more in FMCG. At the same time, I think for us, it was about investing in the new businesses like WOW Chicken and WOW Kulfi. Also, the negative same-store sales growth for those 8 consecutive months did lead to the EBITDA loss. But for this year, in spite of delivery being higher, in spite of delivery growing from 35% for the whole year last year to 42% this year, the EBITDA has improved significantly. And the SSSG becoming positive also has been helpful. I think for us, WOW Momo is completely profitable at a corporate level, not just at an operating level. I think where we are burning money today is on WOW Chicken, WOW Kulfi and FMCG. Largely FMCG because it's a new vertical for us. On a revenue of 40 crores, we are spending almost 15 crores in marketing. and the corporate team for the same also is like really vast. I mean, my CEO, his salary would be equivalent to maybe close to a month's revenue, right, in FMCG. So I think it's a very calculated investment that we've done. These are growth levers for future. Not really worried about the EBITDA at the moment. I think for us, the horizon is that in the next 24 months, we should be, 1,000+ crore top line business, 8 to 10% EBITDA, and that's what we are eyeing in the next 24 months. So somewhere between September 26 to March 27 is where we feel, a good 100 crore EBITDA coming out of the business should not be a challenge.
And one can't deny the competition, Rebel Foods, Cure Foods in the cloud kitchen and the restaurant space. How do you plan to retain your market share in this competitive scenario?
I think for us, growing at around 35 to 40%, and yet, the EBITDA being at a minus 3-4%, I think we are very much in control of our own destiny. I think, many of the cloud kitchen operators are, reporting very heavy losses, it's in high double digit, not even single digit. So I'm not comparing myself to anyone. I have never compared that also, but I feel we're in a very good position when it comes to competing. But I think in our space, we're competing with everyone, right? We're competing with even the international QSR chains. We are competing with the cloud kitchen brand, because I think for everyone now it's about owning share of the stomach, right? How often can you bring the consumer to yourself? I think also what's happening is that the consumer also wants to experiment more. Trends are changing. So I think it's very important to continue adding these new levers. I think being founders and the brand being WOW, where everything like a China chicken or kulfi is a vertical. I think we have that advantage because the consumer can relate to the WOW brand and have that trust factor in them, and come back for a China or a chicken or a Momo. We are also now launching biryani within WOW Chicken in December. So I think quite excited with the NPDs that we are doing, and I also feel that ultimately the winner is going to be someone who is going to grow profitably. I think for us, the focus has shifted a lot to profitability, not just growth. I think if you're able to grow at 40% and yet be profiting, that's the best thing for the business, for consumers, for investors, for everyone. So I think we are very clear in our heads that we want to grow, but we want to grow profitably. It should not be a blind space of growth. And I think the entire energies are completely focused towards that angle.
You've spoken about the FMCG business being 100 crores in the next 3 years. What is going to drive that growth?
I think we've completely got a very large market share when it comes to frozen momos. So we've done a lot of innovations where we've done stuff like a chili frozen momo. We've done kurkure frozen momos. We are very soon launch a Korean frozen momo. But more importantly, I think we've just launched kappa noodles. So we have a kappa houseway, kappa thukpa, kappa Chinese bhel already. The products are not yet there on shelves, but they've already got launched, 30,000 feet high in airlines. So it's available in Akasa Air. It's available in Air India Express, SpiceJet. Very soon, hopefully coming into Indigo. We're in talks with them. So I think the kappa noodle category for us, where it's not just a Me Too product. I think a houseway, a thukpa, a Chinese bhel would be new flavors for the audience. And I think for us, what has really clicked is that we've never been a Me Too. We've tried to, stand for a product or stand for a cuisine that we want to own or we want to invent and create the market for. So very, very bullish on the kappa noodle category. 9 flavors. I think quick commerce should start by the first week of December across Blinkit, Instamart, Big Basket, Zepto. So for us, I think quick commerce is really riding the growth when it comes to FMCG. Out of the 5 crore monthly FMCG business, almost 2.5, 3 crores come from quick commerce. And modern trade is something where we've not gone very wide. We've gone very deep. So we haven't yet covered many of the cities where the likes of DMart and Reliance are still there, because we're just trying to have a nice balance between logistic cost, the food cost, as well as the margins that we live up to. So I think it's going to be a process of getting more and more shelf space. The NPD products have so much to offer. We're also coming up with a range of smileys where, we'll be the first brand in India to have smileys in non-veg food. So, the chicken nuggets with smiley, the chicken and cheese nuggets with smiley. So I think that's going to be a very interesting space to be in. And a lot of other NPDs planned for the next financial year, which hopefully, we should be able to reveal once we cross the bridge.
So how many outlets do you have across how many cities presently, and how do you plan to grow this?
So we would be at a 350 plus stores at the moment. Like I said, opening 15 to 20 stores every month. we should close this financial year approximately at a 725 to 750 stores. And I think for the next financial year, we're going to reduce the 15-20 stores a month to maybe 10-12 stores. Because that itself will lead to a good 30-35% growth, and we'll have the desired volume that we need to, reduce logistic cost on frozen, which I think should be achieved by the Q4 of this financial year. So I think, like I said, the focus is on growth with profitability, and it's up to us. How do we want to press the accelerator button? We can go out there, open 20 stores. We can go out there, not open any store, and yet ensure that we are cash flow positive to continue the operations, and maybe get to internal accruals where we will not require more money to raise to open more stores. So the ultimate goal is very clear that if we require 100 crore of capex to continue growing at 30-35%, I think in 2 years' time, it should all come out of internal accruals, so that it's a self-going concern. And in case it's a 15-20% here or there, it's absolutely fine, because we're focusing more on per square feet throughput sales at the moment, which is the new trajectory that we are following. I think earlier it was only about number of stores and revenue per store, but I think the per square feet sales is very, very positive in our side. I think we're the only homegrown brand which close to or at par with the international chain when it comes to per square feet sales. So I think we're going to focus on those aspects, on unit economics, and ensure that we reach to a level where we just grow with internal accruals 2 years from now.
And there's also the IPO plan, I believe, in 2027, but that's going to be contingent on y'all hitting the 1,000 crore revenue mark. Tell us a little bit more about your IPO plans.
Roughly, yeah. So 1,000 crore top line, 8-10% EBITDA is what we're looking at. See, you can't time the markets. We haven't got any time. Fixated timelines of 2 years or 3 years. But it would be happy to hit the markets between September 26 and March 27, or maybe September 27. So I think we'll take a call then. But yeah, I think at the moment it's about putting our heads down and going out there and executing what we really want to execute. Just implement. Markets keep seeing cycles of ups and downs. I think lately we've seen all the listed peers also, reporting negative numbers. I think our growth and SSSG is much positive as compared to many of the listed peers. So quite bullish on that. And let's see how it goes. I think we'll cross the bridge when we get there. But about now, it's about taking one step at a time, one day at a time, and just executing.
We've got a quick rapid fire round. So 1 word answers. What's your favorite dish? I know it's super tough.
I've been a big fan of Maggi since childhood, and nothing takes away my love for Maggi. But I definitely also enjoy the Kolkata Kati roll. I'm a big fan of Kati rolls.
If you could complete the sentence, the Indian fast food sector is
WOW. Or I would say India's fast food sector is the future, because there's so much of growth left, so much of room to do, so much to experiment. I think our population is the biggest strength.
Being an entrepreneur is, according to you,
is challenging, is a blessing.
Oh, absolutely. And WOW Momos in the next 5 years will be?
I think is already a household name, but will definitely be every investor hole's name, if I have to say it.
And anything that's giving you sleepless nights or worrying you?
I think my profession, there are days when I'm so happy I don't feel like sleeping, and then there are days when I'm anxious and I don't feel like sleeping. So I think I'm blessed. I think your dreams should be so big that they don't allow you to sleep.
That's good to know. Thank you so much, Sagar, for joining us. Good to have you on Pearls of Fisdom with Nirmal Bang. Wishing you all the best.
Thanks, Avan. Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.